For our group topic, we choose the apparatus, techniques, and reagents by group 1. This is our group member, Caroline, Victoria, Arisa, and Natalina.
So for the introduction, this part explains the basic tools, methods, and chemicals used in chemistry experiments. It shows how to use lab equipment like measuring glassware, balances, and filters correctly to get accurate and safe results. It also introduces important techniques such as weighing substances, doing titrations, and using instruments to test samples. There are also a lot of different types of chemicals used in tests. On how to prepare them, and why it's important to keep them pure and store them properly. Learning these basics help make sure that experiments give correct and trustworthy results.
Theoretically, laboratory apparatus like analytical balance and glassware can give accurate measurements. Not only that, reagents and techniques used when carrying out an experiment must be done properly to get accurate results and to avoid inaccuracy and errors. These are the few examples of glassware and analytical balance.
So next is the theory for apparatus. For apparatus, it refers to the tools and equipment used in laboratory experiments. This includes measuring instruments like pipettes, burettes, and analytical balances that are essential for precise volume and mass measurements. It also includes glassware such as beakers, flasks, measuring cylinders, and volumetric pipettes, which are used to prepare, hold, and transfer solutions. Other equipment like funnels, wash bottles, and stirring rods assist in handling substances safely. Proper use of apparatus ensures accuracy, safety, and efficiency in experimental procedures. Next is the theory for reagents, where reagents are chemical substances used to cause reactions or detect, measure, or produce other substances during experiments. They can be acids, bases, and indicators depending on the purpose of the test. In volumetric analysis, reagents must be pure, correctly labeled, and stored properly to maintain their effectiveness. Accurate preparation and standardization of reagents are crucial for reliable and repeatable results. Handling reagents carefully also ensures safety and prevents contaminations or errors in the experiment.
Methods such as titration, filtration, distillation, extraction, and crystallization are commonly used in the laboratory. These techniques are important for separating mixture, purifying substances, and measuring the amount of substance present. They play a key role in both scientific research and industrial processes, allowing scientists to isolate useful compounds while removing unwanted materials. Developing skill in these methods improve the accuracy and consistency of experimental results, while also helping students build strong laboratory techniques and good scientific practice.
One of the glassware used during an experiment is burette. It is used to measure the volume of liquid, typically a chemical solution, and dispense them by turning its stopcock valve. Next is pipette. It is calibrated to measure a specific volume, but there are some others that can measure different volumes. Pipette can measure and transfer liquid precisely, especially for rigorous experiments. Furthermore, conical flask is used to prepare solution before carrying out chemical analysis such as titration. The sides are tapered and has narrow neck, which prevents spillage when mixing liquids. Another laboratory apparatus used is analytical balance. It is highly sensitive with its reading up to 0.01 mg to precisely measure the mass of an object. It also has draft shields to maintain the precision from external environments. The method used is the determination of percent content of acetic acid in vinegar, the preparation and standardization of sodium hydroxide solution.
For the example of result, we use experiment 4, which is preparation and the standardization of NaOH. The apparatus used is volumetric flask, rated stand, white towel, conical flask, burette and pipette. And the reagent that we use is HCl, NaOH, pellets and phenolphthalein as the indicator. This is the technique or procedure used when we done the experiment for preparation of NaOH solution and standardization of NaOH. We calculate the mass needed to prepare 250 ml 0.1 mol NaOH solution. Then we prepare the NaOH solution using the same procedure as in the experiment 2, which was preparation of Na2CO3 solution. And then we fill the burette with NaOH. Next, we pipette 20 ml of HCl from experiment 3 into 250 ml conical flask. Then we add 2 to 3 drops of phenolphthalein as the indicator. And then we titrate the HCl in the conical flask with the NaOH from the burette slowly while shaking the flask until the indicator color change. We record the color change and the reading at the end point of the titration. And then we repeat it 3 times and we record all the readings in the table. Last but not least, we calculate the exact molarity of NaOH solution. And finally, this is the result that we get from the experiment, which we can see the result of titration between HCl and NaOH.
The experiment successfully demonstrated the importance of proper laboratory techniques and accurate use of equipment in chemical analysis. By preparing and standardizing a sodium hydroxide solution using a primary standard and phenolphthalein as indicator, we were able to observe the titration process and endpoint detection. This process highlighted the need for precise measurement, proper preparation of reagents, and the correct use of glassware to enable reliable and reproducible results. Mastering these fundamental skills is an essential for obtaining trustworthy outcome in future analytical experiments.
Thank you for watching.